Welcome. I'm Meredith. This is the Oasis Spiritual Empowerment Hypnosis. This is the first in a series about self-care because it's so very important. So essentially, I'm going to be making about one video a week. Shouldn't be too long. Taking you on a journey as I do a variety of activities that are really good for self-care. So some you may be familiar with. Perhaps they're things that you do for yourself already. Some maybe you never even considered. I believe that there are multiple benefits to this. First, they might give you new ideas, perhaps remind you how important it is to do for yourself. Perhaps you can't do some of the activities because of, any number of reasons. A very powerful thing is that just by watching someone else do something, it actually sparks the mirror neurons and generates the same kind of feeling as if you were doing that activity. And if nothing else, perhaps you can find a bit of relaxation in the videos. So, that said, today's activity, we're going to be taking care of a plant. This is a heartleaf philodendron, and I got it recently at a local sweet shop by me. It's a coffee and plant shop. How fabulous is that? So first, I'm just going to kind of clean off the leaves, and I will be repotting it. Now, I am in no way a plant expert, but I love plants, and I find that for me, taking care of plants and having them in my space is very soothing, very grounding. Sometimes it's nice just to take care of something that really doesn't ask very much of you. You know what I mean? It just appreciates the care and shows you that appreciation in its growth. Now, if you're the type of person who tends to put others before themselves, I think it's important to understand that you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of anyone else. It's like if you've ever flown on a plane, when they talk about the safety instructions, one of the things they say is if you encounter a situation where there's a drop in the oxygen levels and the gas masks come down, the very first thing you must do is put the mask on yourself. Now, of course, especially if you're, say, a parent or you're traveling with a loved one, your inclination might be to help them first. But if you don't take care of yourself first, you might pass out before you can help them. You also might think of it like, say you're running around doing errands for other people, right? And you're in your car and you're running from place to place to place. Well, at some point, you'll need to stop and put more gas in the car. And if you don't, if you say, oh, my needs aren't important, I just have to keep running these errands for everybody else, well, at some point, you're just going to run out of gas. So, it's important to really keep these things in mind if you're the person who kind of puts themselves on the back burner. It's important to understand that you deserve all the care, all the attention that everyone else deserves, right? So you may only have a few moments in your day to really take and make for yourself, and that's okay. Sometimes it's more the intention and the quality as opposed to the quantity. Now, of course, it's also important to take a lot of time for yourself when appropriate, when it's right for you. To listen to yourself, to your needs, to your desires. And by doing that, it's really going to fuel you to do all the other things that you desire to do, whether that's helping others or something else. Another benefit to really taking care of yourself and doing for yourself is that it sends a very powerful message to your system, making you aware that you deserve this care, that you deserve this time, this energy. Because, as I'm sure you are aware, actions speak so much louder than words. So, if you happen to be in a place where maybe you struggle from time to time with realizing your own worth, this can be a very powerful exercise to create that change within yourself. And one of the wonderful things about taking care of a plant is it really helps you just kind of focus on very simple tasks, right? Like here, just wiping down the leaves. I can sort of let my mind slow down, maybe drift a bit. And of course, you understand your mind is always moving, but it allows your conscious mind to kind of step back a bit. So if there's a problem, there's something that you've been kind of struggling with, an activity such as this can actually help you to find a solution, because while your conscious mind is focused on just cleaning off these leaves, your unconscious is still working on the issue, right? It's mulling it over, it's coming up with solutions, with possibilities. And by giving it the time and space to do that, unimpeded by your conscious thoughts, it can actually help you come to a solution much faster, much more comfortably. Now, I'd like to mention too, if you have a specific idea of what you'd like to see in terms of self-care, please let me know in the comments, and I will definitely see what I can do about that. Now, let's see. I think I watered this recently, which I probably should not have done before repotting, but that's okay. Just gonna have a look at these very beautiful roots. Now, I'm gonna use a larger pot because I believe this plant tends to grow pretty quickly. So I want to give it some space to really spread out. And you know, that's another thing about plants. If you're the sort of person who is sort of an instant gratification kind of person, if you find it a little challenging to have patience, plants can actually really help with that as well. Now, if you select a plant that tends to grow faster, so like this one, well, you won't have to wait quite as long. But there's still an element of patience that's needed. And it can be really satisfying to take that time to really wait and watch as your plant grows. And by really watching and paying attention to it, you become a bit more in tune with your plant, and through that plant with nature. And it helps you to understand, it's a little challenging to get in frame. You get to learn what the plant really needs to not only survive, but to thrive. Right? You get to really know your plant, understand its needs, even anticipate its needs, and perhaps begin to understand and anticipate your own needs. And in fact, you might be surprised by how quickly and sort of automatically you can begin giving yourself what you need as you become more aware of those needs, as you become more responsive to those needs. You know, it's like listening to your unconscious. The more you listen, the louder it speaks. And so taking some quiet time to just tend to a plant can help you to begin to really listen. And not just listen, but hear. Now, I should mention again, I am in no way any kind of plant expert. Please do not come after me if you do not like my soil or my methods. But so far, I've managed to keep quite a few plants alive. So, it's funny, I always thought that I really had no ability when it came to plants. And I definitely wouldn't say I have any kind of natural intuition for them. But I can follow instructions and I can do some research and figure out what my plants need and what they want. And more than that, I can really pay attention to them and watch them. See how they respond to various things, different lighting conditions, different placements, to help figure out the place that's right for them. So, of course I am going to water this, but I didn't fill my watering can, so I think I'll do it after the video, so I don't just step away. But let me know what you think. If this has been useful or pleasurable or just relaxing. Let me know what you'd like to see. If there's anything special that you have in mind. And I do have some hypnosis videos coming up soon. But again, this is going to be just a quick series, about once a week. And we'll dive into a variety of ways of just taking care, making time for yourself. Because you deserve the best. Only the best. All the best. And that is my wish for you.